Hi everyone, we will talk about implicit grant flow. So basically, implicit grant flow provide a way to single page applications to get the access token. So by single page applications, I mean the application which does not reload itself for its use. One common example of single page application is Gmail. For example, this is I open gmail.com and I see on the screen mail 1, mail 2, mail 3, and uh, n number of emails. Okay, and when I select any email, so basically it loads my email in the right component. Okay, so basically it's not reloading the full page, it's just refreshing this right component with the email which I selected. That's a single page application. Basically it doesn't do the full page reload, just a component of the page is reloaded. Okay, and there are many more applications out there in market, single page applications. For example, Facebook, Google Drive, and Gmail, and even GitHub is a single page application. That's about the single page application. Now now uh, if, uh, now to load, so for example, here you are refreshing the right component with the fresh data, right? So here, let's say if you are making a web API call, okay, and you want to make that web API secure with access tokens, and that's where you will use the implicit grant flow, basically to make your web API secure and to get the access token. And even single page application, even in any JavaScript application, any client side applications where you don't have any backend, right? For so there you can use this implicit grant flow to fetch the access tokens. Okay, and this is the protocol diagram of the single page application. Here is the browser and here is the my web API which I am using and which I want to secure. Okay, and now first request is single page application redirect user to sign in. Okay, basically it is redirecting on login.microsoftonline.com/common, and where user will be prompted to enter the credentials. You might have seen many applications show you the little pop-up and ask the user to enter email and credential. Okay, so that's the this is what this step is doing. Will prompt the user to enter credentials. Now if user is logging into first time, then it will prompt for the consent. Basically you will get the consent box there. You'll It will show what all permissions your app needs, and if you're okay with that, you can provide consent. And once consent is provided and user is authenticated, it return the access token to the browser. Now at this step you have access token, and now next part is to refresh your component, to fetch. You want to make call to your web API, and here you can call your web API by passing the para token or access token in the authorization header, and this will validate your. Here you can write code to validate the token, and once your token is validated, it's a web API call is made by valid user, then you can return the secure data to your single application. This is the overall flow, and down here is basically the flow to renew the token. Okay, and next step is like, for example, here you are making a call to, you are redirecting the user to sign in, right? You need a app using which you will authenticate the user. So here, for example, for Azure AD, I created a registered a app, and this is the client ID of the app which I will be using in the code. I'll come to that part later. Okay, and this is this client ID basically you need, and which you'll have to hard code in the code. And second most important part of implicit grant flow is you have to configure the redirect URLs. Okay, so these are the URLs where after authentication your token will be sent. So these are the redirect URL I have configured, and if there is any typo or any if you have not configured the URL properly, then implicit grant flow will not work. This is the step which you need. And also there is a one flow, this configuration you have to do as per your requirement. For example, this you will get in Azure portal. You have to mark the access token and ID tokens, and Yep, and and one more thing is, for implicit grant flow, you can just download the. It's very simple. You can just download the samples which Microsoft provides out of the box. You can use ADAL or MSAL libraries to do this authentication. And just this is the one sample which I have downloaded. Just few things you have to configure: the client ID, which I explained earlier, to use authority redirect URL. These are all things you have to provide, and that's all. You're done, and your authentication should work as it is. Okay, so that's all about this video. So probably I'll cover this. Probably in the next video, we'll go through this sample and get this up and running and how you can use it. That's all. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Thank you.